Hey now, hockey fans, welcome to Hashmans Hockey Hat-trick. I'm Brian, and it's Thursday, February 15th, 2024. As always, it's a great day for hockey. Well, we have a busy night in the NHL tonight. There's 12 games taking place. And for my first pick, I'm looking at the 6th place in the Pacific Division Seattle Kraken. They're traveling to Beantown tonight to face off against the first place in the Atlantic Division's Boston Bruins. This game is a 7 p.m. Eastern Time puck drop, and it's taking place at TD Garden in Boston, Massachusetts. This game is the first of 2 regular season meetings between these 2 teams, and for the Seattle Kraken, this game is the 5th and final of a 5-game road trip. And they finally got a road win under their belt in their last game played. They started Philip Grubauer in net on Long Island Tuesday night. They defeated the New York Islanders 2-1 in a shootout. But before Tuesday's victory, the last win for the Kraken on the road was all the way back on January 13th, over a month ago. The Kraken are now 3-6-1 in their last 10 games played. While the Boston Bruins, they're here in their 5th game of a 7-game homestand. They're now 6-3-1 in their last 10 games played, but the Boston Bruins only have 1 win in their prior 4 contests that took place at TD Garden. I like the under for total goals scored in this contest here tonight because the last 4 games played for both the Seattle Kraken and the Boston Bruins, all 8 of those games resulted in the under for total goals scored. So for my first pick, I like under 5.5 total goals scored in the Seattle Kraken at the Boston Bruins tonight. For my second pick in tonight's NHL action, the Montreal Canadiens, Les Habitants, who sit in 6th place in the Atlantic Division, travel to the Big Apple to face off against the first place in the Metropolitan Division's New York Rangers tonight. This game is a 7 p.m. Eastern Time puck drop, and it's taking place at Madison Square Garden in New York City, in New York. This game is the second of 3 regular season meetings between these 2 teams, and Les Habitants won the first meeting 4-3 in the shootout in Montreal just last month on January 6th. The Habs just wrapped up a 3-game homestand where they went 1-2, and they're now 2-1 in their last 5 games played. While the New York Rangers, they're here on their 2nd game of a 4-game homestand, and they're currently on a 5-game winning streak here tonight. I like the New York Rangers here at home tonight. They've only allowed 7 goals against in their last 5 games played, so I don't think the Montreal Canadiens stand a chance tonight. So for my second pick, I like the New York Rangers on the money line at home versus the visiting Montreal Canadiens tonight. For my third pick in tonight's NHL action, I'm looking at a game between the 7th place in the Metropolitan Division's Pittsburgh Penguins. They travel to the Windy City to face off against the 8th place in the Central Division's Chicago Blackhawks tonight. This game is at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time puck drop, and it takes place at the United Center in Chicago, Illinois. This game is the second and final regular season meeting between these 2 teams, and these 2 teams last played each other on opening night of the 23-24 season. The Chicago Blackhawks were victorious with a 4-2 victory, and if many of you hockey fans recall, referee Kelly Sutherland welcomed Chicago Blackhawks Connor Bedard into the NHL as he faced off against Sidney Crosby. I remember watching that game like it was yesterday because I was so excited to see how Connor Bedard would perform at the NHL level, and I really wanted to see him score a goal in his first NHL game, but he didn't. He got an assist. But the Chicago Blackhawks were down 2-1 going into the 3rd period. They scored 3 unanswered goals against the Penguins to come out with a 4-2 victory. So I was excited for Bedard to get a victory in his first NHL game played against Sidney Crosby. But let's get back to this game. The Penguins are here on their 2nd leg of a back-to-back. They hosted the Florida Panthers in Pittsburgh last night. I don't have the results of that game as per my taping, but the Penguins are now 3-6-1 in their last 10 games played prior to the Panthers game. This should be a very competitive grudge match here tonight because the host Blackhawks are currently on a 7-game losing streak, while the Pittsburgh Penguins, they've lost their last 5 games played on the road. So I'm leaning on the over here for total goals scored tonight. The Blackhawks' last 2 home games resulted in the over, 4-2 and 4-3 in OT. So for my third pick, I like over 5.5 total goals scored in the Pittsburgh Penguins at the Chicago Blackhawks tonight. So to recap my Hashmans Hockey Hat-trick of 3 picks in tonight's NHL action, my first pick I like under 5.5 total goals scored in the Seattle Kraken at the Boston Bruins. My second pick I like the New York Rangers on the money line at home versus the visiting Montreal Canadiens. And my third pick, I like over 5.5 total goals scored in the Pittsburgh Penguins at the Chicago Blackhawks tonight. Thanks for watching my video, everyone. Please don't forget, give me a thumbs up by slashing that like button down below if you like my video and you like my picks. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Please put your comments in the comment section below because I'd like to know what you think of my picks, and I'd like to know what your picks are in tonight's NHL action. Thanks again for watching, everyone. Good luck with your picks. Let's all win big tonight.